Yo, what is up guys, it's me Eve again here playing Uma Musume, and in today's video we're going to talk about the first pony girl of the August. She's going to be Narita Taishin, and she's one of the first ones in after they dropped the schedule for the August, the official one. We obviously know that she was there because you can see the timelines on a lot of the different sites if you're using those to know. But they officially confirmed that she's going to be first on the August 3rd. So today we're going to take a look if she is worth it or not for free-to-plays, whales, all of those people. And if you want to know what I think about her, just in general, is she worth it for free-to-plays? Mostly, I wouldn't say yes. Because she is not really a PvP character. She's got some good stuff, but in PvP there's a few skills that she's gonna lose because of the standard skills that she has here. Those skills are not gonna be quite useful. Again, you will need to get very lucky in terms of actually acquiring like when you're going to be fighting different teams of different Umas. If you're not fighting another Narita Taishin, then maybe it's okay. But if you're going to be fighting another Narita Taishin, if there's going to be a lot of players who have her, then that's going to be a little bit of a problem because some of her skills could not actually work. As well as we're obviously going to talk about how good those skills are. There's some really strong skills that are very good, and some of the skills are like meh, not really important. So in terms of free-to-play, I would say, again, in this game, it doesn't really matter what type of ponies do you actually get yourself, or if you want to call them Umas, but the cards do matter more in general. So Narita Taishin is not one of those like really important and must-have type of Uma. So for free-to-plays, I think this is one of the best months when you can actually skip a lot of the characters, a lot of the cards, because there's only like I think banner for Super Creek and Tazuna, if I'm not wrong, her name is the other card. Those are the only like banner that you can summon if you really wanted the Super Creek. Other than that, the ponies themselves are not really important that much. And the cards also in this month are mostly for the whale types of players who are looking to max out pretty much everything, right? So Narita Taishin, overall, let's start with her, I think, stat bonuses. She's got a bonus for guts, 20%, and speed. So that's not really that crazy, but again, she is mostly, as you can see, end closer. So in that sense, guts is not the worst thing, but also having there's a lot of characters that have bonuses on like full-on bonus on speed, for example, or stamina or power, and in current meta the guts are not playing that much of value, even though this doesn't like change too much or doesn't make her bad at all. There's more important stuff like in terms of skills and aptitudes. Some of the aptitudes are also more important than just having the stat bonuses, so that doesn't make her bad or anything. Don't worry if you're looking at the guts 20% buff and you're like, no way, this is really good. Like, don't worry, this doesn't change much. It's obviously a good buff if you have more buffs on these ones compared to guts, but it's still a pretty decent stuff, and you don't really care about this one in the beginning of the game that much. Again, especially we're just in the first year of the game, so this is not gonna be valued as high as important as for now. So in terms of the aptitude, she is medium long A's and closer A, but for those who are wondering, there like a lot of people will tell you that she's a mile runner. It's because on JP a lot of players can max out this stuff. So mile, as you can see, mile here is D. And it's very low. She's not even like a B or anything like that. But on the JP side, obviously they have more means to level up these miles to much higher than D. So like they could get it at least to B, maybe A, and so on. So because of that, a lot of actually players on JP would run Narita Taishin as a mile runner, because she's actually a decent mile runner. Where if you have the means to get this mile much more higher. So because of that, a lot of people usually run her to the mile. So this is something for you to know. In future, there's going to be means to get this much more higher and much more easier. Obviously, currently with the Sparks and Legacies, you might not be able to get a good buff for the mile yet, especially if you just started playing the game and you don't have enough like good legacies or trained Umas who you can, or like maybe even characters themselves, you don't have enough to like actually train them and then put them on her to make her mile much higher. But again, don't worry about this. Later on you will be able to do this, and because of that, a lot of people do write her as a miler. So in terms of your unique skills, increases velocity with a smalling ambition when moving up from a position towards the back of the pack on the final corner. As you can see, she does get a buff for speed, for 0.35, so 0.35. So that's a decent skill. That's nothing too crazy. Again, that's not some like extremely big game changer skills compared to some of the ones that I'm going to show you later on her. There is some very strong ones that you definitely want to look out for. So this is okay. Her skill is pretty good. It's not like extremely crazy, but it is okay. Lone Wolf is also great because it does buff your speed, again, up to 40 on the Lone Wolf, and that's why one of the reasons why she's better on PvE, so in terms of career modes and stuff like that, where AI doesn't actually use Lone Wolf. And that's basically a free 40% speed for you compared to PvP, when in PvP there is a lot of chances that you can actually find either like just other runners that run Narita Taishin, or just players who run the Lone Wolf skills on them. And because of that, this skill just gets pretty much replaced for nothing. You're basically not going to be using this skill at all. Standby slightly decreases fatigue mid-race, so just an standard end closer skill that you get usually. Nothing too crazy. Again, it's pretty mid, I would say, maybe even less than a mid, depending on how you're going to be using it, because there is some interesting activations on this skill, because it's hard to activate usually, but it is what it is, right? Murmur is actually decent, so this is a debuff basically that you can apply, slightly disturb runners directly ahead mid-race. So this is not the worst. As you can see, all enemy girls ahead of you is gonna get this debuff, and also it's gonna drain your stamina as well. So if you're going for a decent amount of stamina, this could actually be a pretty good one. So in terms of skills, she does have a decent unique skill. She has a Lone Wolf that is really good for her career, obviously. For those who want to get a little bit of speed, that's a free speed bonus for you. Murmur is decent debuff. This one is so, I would say. Nothing too crazy there. So in terms of, like, overall, it's not bad. She's decent. Now the Awakening skill, so once you level her up, increases. So there's a straightaway spurt, slightly increases acceleration on the straight in the last spurt, so for the end closers, obviously. This is when increasing acceleration for 0.2. This is okay-ish. This is like nothing too crazy. This is an okay one that most of the characters will get something like this for their own style of runs. Sleeping Lion decreases fatigue mid-race and closer, so stamina recovery. Also, like, nothing too crazy, just a standard one. There's more interesting ones that start from level 4. So, end closer straightaways, slightly increased velocity on the straight, and for the end closer, obviously. And this is where the increase the target speed by 0.15. This is one of the better ones that you wanna, like, obviously you wanna get her to level 4 just to get at least this one, because level 5 is the one that all of the end closers skills probably needed. So if you're building an end closer characters in future, this is the one that you always want to look out for, because this is one of the best skills for the end closers, at least currently, and in future as well is going to be very high just because of this. 0.4% increase acceleration. This is a very solid increase, and that's a very huge one as well. So because of this skill, those end closer characters that have this skill are gonna be one of the top tier ones in future. So in terms of overall, in terms of skills, the Awakening skills and stuff, This is actually decent because again, she does have this end closer skill. She does have an okay skill here as well. Those two don't really matter. Again, you need to get her to level 5 if you want to use this one. Don't forget about that. As well as she does have a Lone Wolf for the and Murmur for the sake of careers. They're okay. And Nemesis is also a decent one. So in terms of overall skills, she's decent. Like, she's not really crazy. This one is really good, but again, one skill alone can't make a character like stand out too much. There's gonna be like more important stuff in future than this. Other than that, her career is actually not really easy because there is some debuffs that she gets on, I don't remember where is it currently, but after some races she does get a debuff in terms of mood, so you basically need to waste a turn or two. She can get a condition as well, if I'm not wrong, but she's gonna get a debuff after career. In the career mode. So those are the problems that you're going to be facing when you're going to be training her. There is some problems with that, but she also does get some, I think in secret event this is, yeah, so she gets +4, you get the healing for the practice pour, mood +4, all stats +20, and also get the practice perfect status. So that's something, I guess. Again, this is in the best case scenario. In the a little bit less, you're getting at least this. But if I think this is if you win the Nikkei show. So she does have the like debuff removal, basically, if you want to call it like that. From that effect that you're getting, but that effect alone that makes you debuffed for the mood is already really bad, and because of that, people do consider her being not really the best in terms of career modes, because it does make it a little bit harder when you're going into the race basically with a fucked up mood there. So that's something for you to look out for. Maybe you're gonna use some cards that can buff her mood up so you can get to max, and then if you get the minus I think 3 mood that you're getting from that event, you're gonna be still okay, and like you only need to waste 1 day to get back the mood. Or if you're gonna be like on the normal, then you're probably getting to awful straight away there. So that is what I think in terms of Narita Taishin. Again, for whales, this could be a good way to get yourself a good mile runner with the end closer one. So if you want to build her into mile, again, a lot of people do build her into mile, even though it's D in end game. So if you want to do that as a whale, this is a pretty decent character. She has pretty decent stuff on her. So you go and do that. But for free-to-plays, I don't think this is worth it. Cards, again, more important. Even the Super Creek banner, there is going to be like I think almost after this Narita Taishin banner, there's like one event between them, I think. And then there's going to be the Super Creek. So I would recommend more going for the Super Creek if you don't have it at all. Or if you are looking to make some dupes, that banner is just going to be better than Narita Taishin herself. But again, she's my waifu, so I'm gonna be trying to get her myself, even though I'm not really I'm not really impressed in terms of her overall stats, but I'm gonna be trying to get her. Other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, as well as tell me what do you think about Narita Taishin, or if you're gonna go for her as well. Also, don't forget that I stream every day. We play Uma Musume, we play Tokyo Ghoul and other games on the stream, so if you wanna don't want to miss, you can subscribe, as well as you can join in the Discord. I always post notifications for the videos as well as for the streams there, so you can tune in for the streams as well. Other than that, hopefully you have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.